So here's a quick post that every single guy out there that's ever taken a girl out on an expensive date, expensive meal, show, outing of some sort, only for her not to offer to pay anything and not give him the time of day afterwards, can relate to. Title: A guy asked me out on a date and I end up paying for us both. He didn't even actively offer by bringing out his purse or phone. And she is royally PO'd here because they went out on a date and instead of him agreeing to pay, she paid. And you'll see how this whole thing unravels. And it's this great injustice in the world, and she's sounding off about this whole thing. And I find it so funny because, hey, the narrative is we're in the age of equality. Men and women are equal, and therefore the idea is that women can do anything a guy can do, etc., etc. And I say that's all a bunch of crap, particularly when it's either time to shovel some snow or pay the dinner bill. Then it's all about, oh, no, he should be a gentleman and chivalry and it doesn't work that way. And here we are here freaking out. And the comments are hilarious from guys around the world. Been through this crap before. She says here, I went on a date with a guy. He came over to my town and we went to the restaurant I told him about. So he came to her and they went to the place she chose, the expensive place that she chose. We walked in and sat down, and now the waiter is looking at me and asking if it is joined or split. In other words, you get the point. I looked at him to see if he was going to say what he wants, but he's smiling, not saying anything, not even a wallet out or a phone, and I felt pressure by the waiter and asked him, do you want me to pay for you? And he went like, if you want to. And I end up paying a huge sum for both of us. Oh no, the injustice. A woman pays for the first date. God forbid. Again, equality. Y'all wanted equality. Now you got it. And women complain, where are all the gentlemen? Well, I'll tell you where all the gentlemen went. To the hills. Because thanks to modern women, and you all know what I'm talking about, thanks to influence by feminism, guys can't be gentlemen anymore. God forbid a guy opens a door for a woman, she bites his goddamn head off. I've known guys have gone out on dates with women, agreed to pay the bill, and they snap at him, saying that we can split the bill or some that type of thing, right? She's pissed off at him. Normally, to me, it says a lot about the kind of person that he is. And if he did pay on the first date, he asked, I wouldn't mind to bother going 50-50 next time. And we clicked in other things, but this didn't sit right with me. Another time I was feeling all right, and I hadn't eaten the whole day, and he didn't offer to order food for me. So after they went on another date, and he's still not behaving in a manner that she feels is appropriate. It just doesn't feel like he cares. Should I go deeper into the relationship with him? We're not dating just yet. We're just courting. So here you go. Again, like I say here, it's all about equality until it's time to pay the bill. No. You can't have it both ways here. Now, listen to the comments from different dudes. This is pretty funny. One guy says here, the guy sounds like a legend. This is the world men have had to live in for the past 50 years. Now, women wanted equality. This kind of thing is going to be more common. I've lost count of how many times I've been expected to pay on the first date just because I'm a guy. How times have changed. Exactly. Another guy says here, what I'm thinking, I'm dying of laughter right now because I just don't know. He was sitting there with a smirk on his face and being fully aware of the irony of the situation. I know it's kind of petty, but if that were me, I would have enjoyed every second of that. It's funny because the OP, if the original poster were a guy, the women here would be saying shit like, your fault for going to an expensive restaurant. Or if you can't afford to pay for them, you shouldn't be going on dates. Feels good to have the tables turned for once. Right. Remember, in this post, it was her idea to go to this expensive place. So she chose this expensive place for the first date. But guess what? He looked at her like she was going to pay, and she ended up paying anyway. So I bet, what if he chose a less expensive place? You can imagine her reaction there. Another guy says here, take it as a woman empowering experience. You are no longer the SLUT he buys with an expensive dinner. Now you're the woman that can pay for herself and that can invite others. If you ever ask him out again, tell him that this time he pays for both. If you want to treat it as an equal, act accordingly. And one more, this guy says here, you are a strong, independent woman and this shouldn't be a deal breaker at all. He did what women have been doing for decades. Time to enjoy the equality. And one more guy says, women pays for the date, and immediately goes to Reddit in a panic. So there you go, guys. I think it was pretty funny when there isn't a guy watching this that hasn't taken a girl on an expensive date who chose the restaurant and then never heard from her again. And this is why I say all the time on my other channel through the stories, first date, one drink. That's all you do. And you know the drill there. And if she doesn't agree to this, has an issue with it, wants you to go someplace else, expensive meal, whatever, then you know right then and there, it's about the meal or the experience or killing some time, not about you. One drink. Could be alcohol, a cup of tea, coffee, or get a coffee and stroll around the neighborhood or the park looking at the ducks. I don't know what. Keep it cheap. And this tells you everything, but it's hilarious. Never ceases to amaze me. And again, back to the whole narrative about equality. They want equality until it's time to shovel some snow or pay the bill.